they let the resident business owners, the black business owners and business owners around Jackson, Mississippi, believe that Deion Sanders left. And a lot of them were mad because their revenue was also going up. But they did not know about that. And even some small business owners in Jackson actually would write the school, call the school, and let them know, like, look, we need to do whatever we need to do for Prime. He's helping. Not only is he helping our school, it's the whole community. Like, we're all uplifting. And it started at Jackson, and it was moving into the SWAC. Now this was going to help other schools. Alabama State University, Grambling, Tennessee State University, which the government owes Tennessee State money now. Eddie George is trying to get that. He's trying to help as much as he can, but they don't allow coaches with the star power the doors that they can get through. They don't like that for some reason. These presidents, they don't like it. You know what I mean? Presidents of the football commissioners, of the conferences, and the presidents of these schools don't like when they're not controlling everything. They just don't like that. But they cry broke, and they're not doing a good job at coming up with more money. Like, there's only a certain amount of HBCUs that come out with a little bit of profit. But could you imagine Eddie George, Hugh Jackson coaches at Grambling? He used to be a pro football coach. Deion Sanders, the Alabama State University coach, all of them coming together as one collective and coming up. Now you're getting better facilities. Once you get better facilities, training facilities for these athletes, now the FCS schools can compete with the FBS schools. But it's not going to go down. So, ladies and gentlemen, Colorado State University, their athletic director, Rick, a white man, gave Deion Sanders a chance. But he seen what was going on down there at the HBCUs, right? He seen it. He seen what was going on. He said, you know what? I'm bringing that to Colorado University. What's the first thing they do? They bring Lil Wayne on campus to perform. Now listen to me. This happens a lot at HBCUs. They bring artists to perform at their schools, at their homecomings. You know what I mean? They do it a lot. Their homecomings is some of the best parties. You know, it's like performances all day, all night, whatever. Stars just walking around on campus, the band playing live with the artists. It happens. So what's going on with Colorado's band now? Colorado's band, they're even throwing a mix-up. This is not traditional at y'all so-called PWIs. I don't know why y'all call them that, but I mean, I understand, but whatever. This is not normal at an FBS college. It just isn't. But Rick sees the culture, and if they were smart, they would have let Prime done what they needed to do, and they would be able to compete with a lot of these FBS schools. Because I'm telling you what, it's so exciting on a HBCU campus that if they moved up into the FBS, nobody would want to go to none of these boring schools. When you're in college, you leave a high school, you just graduated high school, you win in your games, you're a jock, you get to walk off campus, walk in the middle of campus, and you got I don't know, Taylor Swift performing, Lil Wayne performing, you know what I'm saying? Yellow Beezy performing, Big Sean, you know what I'm saying? These just names, like you be Drake, and you just like, wow. They're adopting that culture up there in Colorado, and which is making a lot of the old white people mad. But the kids are loving it. The culture in Colorado is uncanny, almost to where they want to rewrite the NIL deals now, to the point where they want every school to almost have a social media, a media company, because of well-off Deion Sanders Jr., what he's doing in Colorado. But Auburn turned down Deion because of Bucky. But anyway, the HBCUs didn't want to do that. Now they don't want help. They cry broke. They don't want help. And now what's going to happen is, hopefully they wake up, they make a deal, get better facilities somehow, some way, to where we can start competing. The FCS schools can start competing with the FBS schools. They need to make this happen now. Not now. I don't care if you got to train them at the House of Athletes with Brandon Marshall or a Snap Fitness or whatever you need to do, but you need to start it now. Because I'm telling you what, if you think about it, a lot of black communities, right, got shut down. They put Targets, Walmart, shopping centers, because black community is a high consumer, community, highly buying stuff. You might not even need it. If it's $1 cheap enough, you're going to get it. If it's in your pocket reach, you're probably going to buy it. Probably don't even need it. But that's just how it works. Now, these FBS schools are adopting FCS, HBCU culture and bringing it to their schools. So you ask yourself, what's the one thing that HBCUs have that separates them from that? Well, obviously the culture, the campuses the dorms and can't compete with the FBS schools. They just can't. You eat steak, lobster, shrimp, all that good stuff people like to eat. And they eating burgers and Salisbury steaks. And they just can't compete with. They have the battle of the bands. That's the one thing, the battle of the bands. And pretty soon, FBS schools are going to adopt that, because we are so stubborn in the things that went on with Deion Sanders behind closed doors. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that watch it and say, you know what, he's full of crap. He's this, he that. Because when you don't go to a HBCU and you speak on HBCUs, oh, you didn't never go to a school, you ain't never gave $1. Hey, look, listen to me. I ain't got to go to a HBCU to speak on an HBCU. Who the hell do y'all think y'all are to tell me what I can and what I can't talk about? I could talk about what I want and what I want to please talking about. What y'all need to do is just so-called damn alumni that don't give back but always want to talk about somebody giving back, because a lot of fucking alumni that go to these schools don't give shit back. And there's a lot of millionaires that are alumni to these schools, pro football players, so forth and so on, that don't give a damn back to their fucking alma maters. So don't start that shit with me. And if y'all was smart, then y'all would have been talking to y'all presidents and y'all would try to been building facilities and everything else for these students to have, for these athletes that go to the schools to have, because now we gonna get left behind. And if we don't start the process now and trying to move into the FBS and becoming a part of one of these big conferences, we're going to get the HBCUs will be a thing of the past. You might as well just call them tech schools for people who want to get a quick nursing degree, a quick welding degree, or something else, and start moving into that lane if you're not going to invest into your facilities. Better dorms, better food, more revenue. How do you get more revenue? You had it there. You had Coach Prime there. You wasn't giving him his ticket money. He was heartbroken when he left. Coach Prime was heartbroken when he left Jackson State University, y'all. Absolutely heartbroken. It was real. I seen it in his face. I don't know how I read people. I was blessed with that gift to be able to observe the room around me, to read the room really well sometimes, and like